How you doing?
Hey, y'all. Bitch, I didn't even notice we was recording. I'm sorry, y'all.
You live and you Instagram.
You
I
wildin'.
wasn't even
You
on
ain't even
First
unlocked
of
your
all, I
phone
wasn't
yet.
even on fucking Instagram.
You
I was
just stuck.
checking my mirror.
You just stuck.
I was checking my feed.
You look good.
Okay?
You look good.
My MJ fadeaway.
Ain't no phase, alright. Ain't
Don't
no
do
phase.
that. Don't do that, Edges. Don't do that. Anyway.
He got the Seminole out.
He do.
He got the
Seminole
Cherokee
and the
out.
man bun.
Ayo.
You know what? We're not going to get canceled for you cousins. We're not doing that.
You're not about to cancel my cousin.
It's cousin T. I'm
Period.
here.
Period. So we
Okay.
back.
All
in
y'all
New
can call me
York,
that.
and that's on the gang. So anyway, we're back for another episode of Teach His Own.
Yes.
Y'all. He already introduced himself because he just jumped right into the shit. That's T. That's cousin T to be
Well,
exact.
well,
Not cousin Skeet. Not cousin Skeeter.
Cousin T.
Okay. And that's on the gang. I'm Miss Lomax.
And I am Sunkissed Chalk, and this is Sunkissed T, and together we is To Each His Own.
Bitch, so we jumping right into it. T, what's up?
What's going on?
First of all, why you come here? I just noticed you got on this lumberjack.
She gotta get me started, right?
I noticed you got this
Lumber
lumberjack.
seal.
I know this.
Lumber Theto.
That's
Come on.
Miss Minnie.
Yes, I do got it's the polka.
It's the
miss in
lumberjack,
front
the
of
polka
that.
dots, and the tie-dye for me.
You
I
put
can dig
you
it.
better put the miss in front of that.
I
Thank
can
you,
dig it, Miss Polka.
Miss Polka.
Because
I
y'all
can
gonna
dig
get this bodysuit that's not snapped, and I don't give a fuck.
Why
Snap
would you?
it back, honey, and throw it back.
I can't either. I never learned how to snap, yo.
Really? Can you
Nah.
snap with your? That's your primary hand, right?
I can't do shit with my left hand.
Yeah,
Oh,
you don't hear
damn.
Nothing. Like although I'm right-handed, I snap louder with my left hand. Is that because I write with my right hand? And
No, I don't
does
know.
The pens and the pencils.
It's
like,
just
rub
your
off
motor
on
skills are just better in your left hand than because you write sloppy as shit. So that makes
Check in and let us know, y'all. Why you
First of all, you did not have to let the whole world know about my penmanship.
Just let
Thank
us
you.
know why.
you
y'all.
make
That's
it known. He gonna say check in
To
and let us
people
know.
that I know, not to the world.
all. No, y'all gonna know us. This is the world.
First of all, you're not gonna come
This
over here
the
saying shit that we
world.
don't plan to say. That's gonna stop you right there before we get started. You're not gonna Day. You're not gonna come over
Day
here.
Day.
Day. You're not gonna come the fuck on here.
Y'all got videographers and editors and everything. I ain't making this job hard. He loving all this.
No, you're making it harder.
This footage.
No. Fuck the footage. Fuck the footage.
The show come out what? Friday. Every Friday, right?
You
Every
don't watch
Sunday.
the show.
Every Sunday.
You
All right, this what
it's
you.
clear. Hold on, pause. It's clear you don't watch the show.
I have, but I don't. I got 2 kids. I got a
Thank you for the
full-time
difference.
job.
The difference.
Like not, that don't
Yeah,
mean
no.
nothing, but I have.
We ain't never
Let me
came out
give
on
you
Friday.
1 second.
Ever.
Oh, I
Let me-
know that.
So why do that?
Take a drink. Take a drink.
Y'all see where the cup at?
The drink is probably because that's why you fucked
Y'all
up.
see
me.
where the
Fucked
cup
up
at.
Fridays, and you thought we came out on Friday.
I forgot what today was. Yeah, I thought it was
Today
Friday.
don't matter. We just dropping when we dropping, and that's every Sunday.
I'm taking my drink.
Drop it like it's hot. There we go.
Nope, not gonna do it. Not gonna happen.
All right,
All right.
let's rap, y'all. Let's rap, man. What we talking
Y'all
about?
want to get right into it?
No, we don't gotta get right into it.
Well,
man.
what's been going on with you? First of all, I haven't seen you in a minute. I want you to introduce yourself to our guests, to our audience, to our listeners. I said guests, audience, listeners. Nigga, you is the guest.
I'm
To
the
our
guest.
audience and our listeners, what do you do? How do you want them to know you and get with you?
I don't be wanting people to get with me, honestly.
Well, I do
But-
because he take pictures
But
and he do carpentry.
I don't take pictures. I'm a photographer.
Yeah,
All right.
there you go.
Okay.
I can't say it, but you got to.
My bad. I got you.
There you go.
I'm a photographer at heart.
Speak up.
I do videography. I do photography. I love nature. I love cityscapes.
Have you been to the zoo?
No, not since they let me out. I broke up out that joint and said I ain't going back.
Oh,
King Kong
oh,
ain't
part
got
8.
nothing
Oh.
on me.
Oh, Caesar. Oh,
No.
Caesar.
Oh, Caesar.
home.
I am home. No, I gotta be Quincy. Wasn't that the big one then?
Not.
No,
Yeah.
Caesar was the head nigga
I
in
know
charge.
Caesar was the head
That was
nigga
the
in
head nigga
charge.
It don't
But
matter
remember-
when you
no,
Nobody's
remember-
above Caesar.
Quincy
Nobody's
was his
above
wisdom.
Caesar.
Quincy was the one who gave him everything. Quincy was the one with the whole moon face and everything. The brown one. Remember, that was the one who
The
let him know
orangutan
what was
bull?
going on. The
Quincy
orangutan
still
bull.
stayed behind them cages. Motherfucking Caesar
Quincy-
was out there.
Caesar broke
He was
him
out
out
there
every
slanging
time
the
he
shit.
went out.
She said he wasn't out on Broad Street.
Yeah, he wasn't when he shooting. Quincy wasn't with him shooting in the gym.
He ain't gotta be on Broad Street. I'm the Philly Flyer. So
You the Broad Street bully,
there you go.
Siegel.
There you go. I ain't Sieg,
Teagle.
man.
Teagle.
I got a voice. No offense, Sieg, but I got a voice right there.
Period.
Feel
Oh
me?
no, we know.
But
We
no,
know.
anyway, yeah, I'm a photographer. I do a little bit of videography. I do
Mhm.
editing, but I don't like it because I got a full-time job. I'm in charge of 32 stories. I'm a maintenance manager at an apartment complex on Temple campus, and I do carpentry, electrical, plumbing, HVAC. I can build your house if you need a house built.
Sell yourself, nigga.
Yeah, that's where the money come from.
Yes.
Like I said, photography is my heart. That's what I love. That's why we got the cameras all set up, man. We in here networking in the space. I like that. I like what y'all doing, though. I'm proud of y'all, man.
We really appreciate that. You don't even know how much.
I don't know how much y'all hear, but I'm proud of y'all, man. Like I said, I don't watch, but I have watched, and there's no excuse. But the explanation for that is because my kids really don't give me time to do too much of anything else in life.
Oh.
Y'all should have seen me trying to walk. You know.
Oh, we know.
You was at
being
the
a parent
party.
it's pretty hard. I heard.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very demanding, and
chose
honestly,
freedom.
I ain't even mad at you. You want to know why? Because I would rather you be able to be there for your kids prevalently,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and then
you
get
know
back to
me.
us
Black
when you can
man
watch.
being in his home, absolutely.
But y'all know we
Being
drop
present.
every Sunday,
But I'm here, so
so that's all that matters.
I made time for y'all.
You had
And
no
y'all,
choice.
you
And you was on time.
First of all, you didn't
2
have no
times
choice.
for that. Thank you.
Simultaneously.
We appreciate the fact that you were on time.
No, I
You
was
too.
a little late. I love how she did that for me, but I was a little late. I couldn't find no parking. We downtown.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. So now that we got that out the way, so what else is going on? What else? What has been catching y'all eye and the latest of the latest? What's going
In the
on?
social media streets. and the
Social
street
media
streets,
news,
behind the
world
bar
news,
streets,
anything that you can think of.
international streets.
Of violence in this city. That's all.
Oh, Lord have
yeah.
mercy.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's-
between the children dying and the carjackings, the weather is trying to transition. It's a fucking bummer.
It is, but it is prom season. If y'all are looking for a photographer, like we said,
Yeah.
hit him up.
We got
Oh, yeah,
some
my Instagram is at _ Uncle Ben. That's the personal Instagram, and my business Instagram is at PHO _T _OGRAPH.
There you go.
Yeah,
I like that.
there you go, man. I'll give y'all some love.
I
Y'all
like
can check
that.
me out. Y'all can come. Y'all can come show me some love, and I'll show y'all that back, man.
I like that.
We can get off the murders real quick though. How about we got Mask and Embiid back on the Sixers?
Okay.
I
People
haven't
are
been
happy.
into that.
No.
I haven't been into that, but I've
No,
seen
I
people
Alright, well, we
rejoicing
got-
that.
So long,
Well,
but
we
I heard
got
there
a
was a lot of
winner.
good things happening.
He was injured and he back, and once he came
Yes,
back,
he-
we won by 20 points.
All right, that's
nigga.
why you know
Yeah.
put in the gang shot.
Go
Shout out to all the
Sixers!
Shout out
Phillies.
Embiid.
Go Sixers.
We
Go
are a
everybody.
Philly podcast.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
do not listen. I'm
We
here for the
definitely root
Eagles.
For the home team.
Yes,
Yeah,
we do. We root for the
definitely-
Eagles. We root for the Sixers, and we root for the Flyers. Period. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, and the Phillies. too.
And the Phillies. Absolutely. I'm not gonna forget them. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. My dad's like a crazy hockey bull.
Is he?
Yes.
Never knew that.
My dad loves street hockey
Really?
and hockey. Yes.
Yeah, see, that's love.
He's really different like I am. That's where I get it from. Like as far as sports and shit like that and being athletic, that's my
where you get
dad.
them strong ass legs from
And
playing
my-
street hockey.
My mother was a gymnast. She did the power horse, all that. She swam. She's played softball, and she was a motherfucking cheerleader.
Well, that's where she get that strong ass hand from. Cause I quit cheerleading after 1 year. I told them fuck them.
She got a strong ass hand from all them badass daughters.
No, I'm talking about this bitch.
Oh, I was
Oh
about
no,
to
yeah,
say.
my sisters.
I
Yeah,
was gonna say, that's how
exactly.
she had to let them know.
Yeah, that damn crazy ass.
Being the
Autumn.
oldest.
Yeah, you know.
Autumn. He said Autumn.
Yeah, you know.
Ooh, Autumn. He said your
Yeah, you
name.
know. You know.
Oh, not being. Well, listen, I don't know why you're too quick to talk because we definitely going to get into you and your parenting style.
And your kids and their
you was a
personalities.
Hellraiser too, nigga.
I mean, I got 2 knees.
Again,
Yeah,
you
you
was
do.
a Hellraiser
And you
too,
heard me
nigga.
tell you they don't give me no time to do nothing
Mm-hmm.
at all.
Mhm.
You should have seen them before I left to come here. That's why I was a couple minutes late because my son just was like, daddy, dad. And I'm like, I'm about to go. And then my daughter like, you didn't give me no hug. Give me a hug then. What are you crying about?
Oh, T, you really a
Yeah, ignorant ass
dad.
parent. Give me a hug then. What are you crying about?
I gotta let them. I'm trying to train them
That's me though.
for this hard world.
No, that's real shit. That's
Y'all can
real
get all the
so
love. Y'all can get all
special
the
to
love
me.
that y'all
But you
gonna
gonna
get
get
from
this
me.
tough
But
love,
yeah,
too.
like this
You
world
gonna
ain't.
know it's hard out here.
This world ain't gonna give
That's
you the
real
love
shit.
that I give you. So you gotta be prepared for a no.
That's on the game.
And I don't care when they cry. Like that's they
Fuck
mom.
no.
Yeah, that's their mom. She be, oh
Yeah.
my God, hi, come here. And then it get on her nerves, and she be like, come get your daughter. And I'm like, She don't want me. She wants you. That's why she's crying. Man.
No, I ain't coming to get her. No, thank you.
I always
She's
go get
with
her.
you.
I always go get
Cause
her.
you a fucking sucker. Dads is always sucker for their daughters.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
That's a given.
I'm a sucker for my kids. I'm
That's
a sucker for my wife. I'm a sucker for my mom.
that's
I'm a
true.
sucker for my sister.
As you should.
I'm a
be.
sucker for my cousins. Like I'm a sucker.
Now we ain't gonna just call you a sucker ass nigga, but you a sucker for your family.
No,
period.
it's y'all. You heard who I named.
You know.
You heard who I named.
Anyway.
Yeah, the rest of that gets broad street bully, like y'all said.
Any fucking way. Nevertheless, so we want to first start out by saying, of course, we are in the month of May, and the month of May represents quite a few things. It's foster care month. It's mental health month.
Yes.
Mental health. My wife got the ribbon on her wrist.
Absolutely, that's what's up. So we definitely want to, take a chance and take the opportunity to talk about, that today. Of course, along with some other things like we said, parenting and things like that. Again, you family, so you gonna come kick it. We gonna vibe. We gonna ask you questions, but they gonna get to know us a little bit more.
Absolutely,
they gonna get to know me. Y'all ask me about mental health.
So we're just gonna we're just gonna dive right into the mental health aspect of this.
Mm-hmm.
So So the first question that we have for you, as you know, as I've already discussed with you previously,
right?
Because we like to let our guests know what they're coming into.
Mm-hmm.
So, cousin.
Oh, ears.
Don't start your shit.
I'm here for it.
So for the first question, we have to ask you. So, so therapy. What is your definition of therapy, and what is therapy to you?
I mean, therapy is like a form of meditation. Therapy is a form of healing. It's a form of, like, I guess, organic or natural verbal medicine.
Okay.
Like you get to let what you got out.
Okay.
You get to verbalize it and let somebody else who may be unbiased to what you got going on know. Or, I mean, it don't have to be with a therapist either. It could be going out to the waterfall, listening to the water flow, or it can be going in the middle of the city and letting all of the cars ride by you, or it could be what I choose to do. I go to the city and just get a bunch of flicks. Hop on a flight for a day or something and go catch another city. See what Chicago look like. Man. Get some footage of it, get some pics of it, and make some money off of it.
There you go.
So, I mean, therapy is it's what helps you get through what you got going on, whether it's good or bad. I feel like therapy can work. It don't always have to be because you're going through something. It can be because you just got blessed with something. Like I buy a new camera, I'm going out to celebrate having my new camera.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I gotta get used to these settings. Yeah, I feel like it works both ways. Like I'm over analytical, so I think about things on every aspect. I see how you see it. I see how you see it. I see how the camera see it. If nobody's standing behind it, I see how the people walking through the hallway see it. I gotta put my feet in every shoe, because in order for me to navigate through the world that we live in, I gotta see how other people are gonna feel about what's going on.
Okay.
I want to relate to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, therapy for me. I mean, I smoke weed, I drink liquor, but I also take my pictures and I enjoy the city and the surroundings. But I smoke weed and drink liquor, y'all. That's my therapy.
Like the average person in the black community.
I take flight in my spaceship.
More or less.
Yeah, that's my therapy. I don't have too many people that I go to talk to about what I got going on. My outlets are inside of me. That's what it is for me.
Okay.
It's interesting that you said, what are your outlets? Because that was one of the first questions, as far as like, what are your outlets? Yeah,
I mean, you heard, like I said, I go take pictures. I might film something. I call somebody I know, and I got 5, 6 cameras and 13 lenses. So I tell somebody to get some behind the scenes footage. I mean, then I go home and edit it down. They get me away from everything else that I got going on. Sometimes it's a mood. I just get off work. I go home and hold my kids. Like that's the best therapy. Yeah, that's my world, man. Sitting around family. That's what I do. My wife and my kids is everything to me.
And I've been with y'all through the whole journey, so I know
You
I
did.
came to the wedding.
You
Me and
did.
Chrissy we came to the wedding.
Y'all was down there 5.5 hours.
Yeah. I love my cousin.
was
I
down
love
in
my
the-
mama.
Yeah,
cousin.
I wasn't in the country. I was in the sticks, yo.
Kia, it was cold as shit.
It was
a
bitch was
Listen.
shivering.
Listen.
Toes was out with a fire on beach.
Y'all look good. Y'all look good.
The weed
appreciate-
wasn't warm enough.
I appreciate y'all being there. You don't understand.
You
It
no
was in
for
the
real.
Oh, baby, we gonna
know.
step up and step out.
I know.
Yo, we had got lost. That shit. We still got videos.
I lived down there and got lost.
No, I'm gonna send you the video so you can laugh. Yo, we
I said, well, where
legit
the
was
fuck is
looking
we
at
at?
that shit recently and was
Cause
fucking hollering.
Wait,
Guess
no.
who drove?
This bitch
So
right
you
here.
can imagine how the fuck that was with me driving.
You lost service.
And since she drove down, I drove her
Wait.
car back.
I remember everything because the directions sent you to the wrong church first.
Yes.
Right? Then you come from the church, you put the directions into where the reception was, and
Dang.
you lose it like 7 minutes before you get there.
Mhm.
But it's nothing but a wide open ass road. Like
Wide open
I was in the sticks.
spaces.
I was in the sticks.
Nigga, I felt like open season. I didn't know if I was going to jump no motherfucking arrows, no bullets, no fucking
But
hunting
no.
rifles.
Listen, right? Being down there, that shit, that matured my mind a whole lot. Like
Oh my
to this day,
goodness.
I love it down there. I just didn't love living down there.
I
Right.
can respect that, T.
I hated living down there.
We the
man.
same kind of nigga when it comes to that shit. Because as much as I love peace and quiet, I don't think that me living in a rural area,
Nah.
that rural is going to be good for me.
No, you
I
know
still
what
gotta
it
hit
I'm
the
a
was?
club.
shitty girl, her.
I still got to be able
It
to see
wasn't
people.
that. It wasn't that. What it was is
And I don't even go out there often. That's the crazy part.
the price of living was so low down there that to find a job, like you wasn't making no money down there unless you're driving an hour and 20 minutes from where I was.
There
at.
you see, I'm not doing all that.
Yeah, I don't got 100 miles a day to put on my car, and
I don't got 100 miles a day to put on my body.
I don't got 100
Period.
miles a week to put on my
No,
car.
not real shit. I mean, that's a lot.
Like,
that's
Yeah.
a lot.
That's a day, and that's
Yeah,
all
for a
driving.
day.
Like it wasn't
Right.
it ain't no traffic
I'm
down
about to
there.
say, yeah. without
That's
traffic,
all
yeah.
driving. Like ain't enough weed in the
Listen,
world.
I didn't even get to 100. 70 was my cutoff. It was like the 35 miles going and coming. Nah, I can't do that, bro.
See?
See you, Montco. Gotta go.
Yeah,
Can't do it.
see, it's shit
Can't
like
do
I'm
that.
gonna get a
That
ticket
fucking-
every time I go over 40. Like, no.
422 is different. I'm just trying to tell y'all. That shit, you spend a night on that bitch.
Man, you talking
For
about
real.
422. I'm talking about I-85. I'm
That
talking
too.
about Route 40. I'm talking
Yeah.
about the sticks.
Mhm.
Yeah, for
I'm
real.
talking about the sticks,
For
but
real.
I
That shit
love
ain't
it
no
down
joke, no
there. I
joke.
still got my house down there. Like I love it down there. I love going down there, getting away. I could walk out my door and I had like beautiful pics that's just I could get these standing here. It was lovely down there, but
And that's good to know because I might need to have to borrow your house when I go down there.
I was actually gonna
I'm
ask
about
you, are you Airbnb?
no, I'm about
should
to
Airbnb it.
tear my house down and I'm gonna put a modular
new property?
home on my I'm gonna put
Okay.
a modular home there and I'm going Airbnb it. It's a military town.
Okay.
Like the military base only like 11 miles from where my house was. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
know
that's
people.
not nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if Airbnb don't make me enough money, then I'll rent it out. Like I know it'll rent out.
Yeah.
No, it will.
Yeah,
It will.
Like I said, I
Definitely.
do carpentry, electrical, plumbing, HVAC. I'm scared of heights, but I climb on the roof if the money right, and I'll
that's
definitely
only
climb on
good.
my own roof.
Make sure that
right?
shit's strapped to you, and then get strapped to the.
Oh yeah, my harness and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I gotta.
Because they
Put a
can't
new
let you
chimney
fall.
in.
Because I'm
gotta-
asking questions. Kid, don't worry. We got your back.
We on it.
You already know I
on
love me some Kia
We on
Fit.
it, man.
It's the Kia for me.
For me too.
Okay.
It's the wedding post today.
Okay.
You feel me?
And that's all fucking
I'm just trying to have y'all
day.
show up at my wedding as the Alexander.
Okay,
You
and
did.
show up and show out, cause baby, I'm going wild the fuck out.
Oh.
Okay.
Y'all been
So-
on my fly shit lately too. I just bought like 3 suits.
Period.
Hey, Dapper Dan.
Oh, put the time on.
Y'all see me, man. That little driving cat. Yeah, y'all see me. Oh, that shit's in the back, and I'm
Ow!
like,
Swerve it
you
around.
feel me?
Bring it around town like SpongeBob said.
All right.
If y'all follow me on
Thanks,
Instagram, y'all done seen the code already and everything. I do this. That's
Can
just
you
the,
not take me back
that's
to
just the little
16?
Philadelphia flyer tee right there. That's
I
all.
can't with the introduction
So
to the fucking wardrobe.
Agitated. And
So, as a black man who really deals with mental health on a daily basis, like we want to get into like, are you creating a space with your friends and like your peers to like be able to discuss these things and like what they're going through? Like, are you guys like talking about this on a regular basis? Like, what is it like being a man and talking about mental health? I want to get into it.
I don't have nobody to talk to.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, like I got good friends and friends that I consider family. I'm a private person. That's probably why. It probably got a lot more to do with me than it has to do with my friends. Yeah, and my pride is off the radar. I don't like asking for nothing. I don't really like offering too much. I'll give anybody the shirt off my back if they ask me for it, but I don't get into all that. And it's a reason why. I just don't know the reason why.
Okay.
I really just I'm to me. We was talking about the month of May. My grandma passed 6 years ago, May 23rd. Mm-hmm. When my grandma passed, that was like the biggest test, my worst fear, but at the same time, that was the motivation that I needed, and I didn't know it was. My mom, of course, was hurt by that. My uncle was hurt by that. That was their brother and sister, and they the only two. My uncle's kids, they the only two. They was hurt by that. My sister, it's me and my sister from my mom. She was hurt by that. Anybody who could relate to my pain, I had to be the strength for them. Most of my life, I had to be the strength for anybody that was around me. I kind of equipped myself to do that and deal with what I got to deal with inside. Like, everybody can't do it, so I don't suggest it for everybody. I definitely suggest that you find an outlet if you're dealing with things, because we can go into a little bit more personal. My wife, her whole mind switched and she turned into an opposite person of who she was a year after we got married, because she didn't have no outlet. She didn't have nobody to talk to. She didn't have nobody to give what she was dealing with to and get any other type of rebuttal, any other type of suggestion, any other type of take a break or deal with it. She thought that she could deal with it herself, and it drove her crazy, literally. Like, I deal with it.
And on and off, me and Kia talk about these things briefly. I don't get really, I'm not the type of person that deep like dives into any person.
If it ain't offered, you ain't going.
Absolutely. Yeah. But me and Kia like here. Exactly. Like, so I've known her since y'all birthdays and shit like that. Like, she knows me. 19. So we have conversations and shit like that. And she can identify a lot with what I deal with in my personal life, is regarding like people who I deal with on a daily basis who have mental illness or who struggle with those types of things.
Right.
So we talk about that kind of stuff. And like, honestly, being as though I know what I know being in this field, I can't say that it was surprising to me, because it's another chapter in her life. And when you're dealing with mental health, initially, it doesn't rear its ugly head until you're about around your mid-20s.
The devil always works when you
absolutely.
When you at the point.
And then on top of that, he saw that you were, this is my wife. This is someone who I take serious, and he saw that you were serious about her. So it was like,
wild bull, son.
Yeah.
For me to just
and we
chill
know that.
For me to just chill and cut everything out,
it was like a complete shutdown of the outside world. And it was like, this is solely who I am now, and this is what I'm going to do. And mental health is so real and so important. People don't realize that. But I think that, what she went through and what you went through really, really made y'all kind of like buckle down and be like, you know what? We here, we together, we got to get through this.
It was strength.
There you go.
Yeah, it was strength.
There you go.
Like I said, that was a fear that I didn't know I had.
Yeah.
And I had to face that. At the point in my life where I was moving back from Virginia, like I said, that was the best place for me mentally. So I'm moving back from there, back to this wild city. I wasn't doing too much financially down there, so I was moving back into a situation where I'm kind of in somebody else's way. I'm making more money than I ever made in my life when I moved back. So like it was the step back to get 2 steps forward, and I was dealing with it by myself, and I had another burden on top of me that I wasn't expecting to have. Like it was hospitals and therapists and psychologists and psychiatrists, and like it was a lot. And even with that, I dealt with that, and like I said, it was the strength. Like you never know where your strength or your motivation gonna come from.
Absolutely.
You never know. You can try and predict it all you want to, but it come from the strangest places. Like I said, I dream about my grandma passing away. That was my best friend. I would dream about that and wake up in sweats and tears, like, oh my God, I ain't.
Literally this morning.
Yeah, like that's what I'm going to do when this happened. Like, and it happened, and it was like, well, I gotta step up. Let me tell y'all something. Right?
Watching somebody leave this earth is the most humbling experience I've ever experienced in my life.
Man.
But what I can say about that is that I would have never wanted to have it any other way, because I knew that she needed me in that moment. I felt it.
That was like a closure for you.
Yeah. And I don't mean to get emotional on camera, but it's just like,
it hurt, but it's a different hurt now. You look at everything.
I'm happy I was there. Because you want to know something? I would want a motherfucker there for me in that moment. You want somebody that's going to be like the rock.
Listen, in that moment, I had to be her strength. She looked me dead in my eyes and told me, don't cry, I'm going home. How am I supposed to take that shit?
Yeah.
Like, I was in the hospital 2 weeks with my grandma while she was dying. Like the first week, they like, oh, she'll be all right. We're just going to do the surgery. She went 4 years without telling nobody in our family she had cancer. She just like, she was always our rock. And because me and her was like that.
My grandma was one of my best friends too. And I'm not going to be like, I wish I had the opportunity.
I wish my grandma would have been able to tell me I'm leaving. Yeah. It was the breath that she was taking.
I wish I'd have been able to sit there
and
tell me something.
I literally had to tell my dad to get off the phone. Fuck them. Fuck hospice. Get off the phone. Yeah. They're not important. We need the person that's going to come take her body out this house after she dies to come. Because she is taking her last breaths. Literally. And it did something to me. It did something to me so deep that I can't even explain.
No,
like to the point where my niece was on the phone. My niece was an infant and she was screaming. From the instant that her breath start like being more shallow, my niece was screaming to the top of her lungs. It was so weird. And
they know stuff like that.
And to know that they're doing that, it puts you in a place where you can't describe, cousin.
Words can never describe it. No measurement could. I mean, no instrument can measure it.
Right.
Like it's not even. It's just a feeling. There's nothing to describe that. But right, we all sitting here right now.
That's it. And they know that, and they knew that we was going to be here.
They knew we would be sitting here right now. Like they probably right there, sitting there watching us right now. Like, man, I set y'all up, man. Go ahead, y'all.
You good,
I got
baby.
Y'all.
You got what I
still got y'all. Like I got my grandma loved elephants. I got elephant tattooed on my chest.
Period.
She hated tattoos, but
it is what it is.
That's
my translation.
You understand me? That's my grandma. She always gonna be with me.
Oh, my grandma was a rebellious bitch, so I'm gonna get like 3 tattoos for you, nigga.
My grandma ain't smoke. She ain't drink. I remember one time she watered the plants with my grandpa with corn liquor.
You just said.
She watered the plants with the corn liquor. She thought it was water, and behind the jug, the plants was leaning all the way over to the side.
Oh, they was drunk as hell.
That good jug of corn liquor behind the bar is classic.
Listen.
Rest in peace. Because she was a beautiful soul. Okay, let me tell you, because you could go by her house anytime without I could go there without my dad, anything.
You could go there without
I remember being sick, and this lady brought me tomato soup to my doorstep.
You understand
she made sure I ate. And she made sure I was okay. Like, all right, you out of school and you sick, but I'm gonna make sure you eat. Here you go.
The way it's gonna back them up.
If you ever came across her, you know.
Yep.
That was a special soul.
That was a special soul, yo. Shout out to grandma.
I'm about to say shout out to everybody.
Shout out to everybody, grandma.
Yeah.
Shout out
Grace,
to my mom,
Pauline, and Nadine. We love y'all.
There we go. Shout out to our moms because they dealing with a
loss. My father is definitely dealing with a loss.
Shout out to our parents for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a lot. Like mental health like comes in different forms, and you never know who you're going to use as your I call it like your moral compass.
And it's crazy that you say that.
There's someone in your family who's always like that world confidence. It's like they're not perfect, but they're always like that balance. Like, all right, this motherfucker may get on all our nerves, like from the kids to the fucking to the oldest niggas in the family. But we gotta still treat these niggas like they equal because we don't want these niggas feeling like they outcasts and they don't have no family. Because the first thing niggas think is when something going on, they don't got no family, ain't nobody by their side telling them this and that. Nah, nigga, we got family over here. We gonna take care of ours.
We gonna take care of ours.
You have family or not, like, not to just rewind it back too far, but just like T was saying, like, I feel like I'm the person that most people in my life come to and dump on.
Absolutely, me too.
I don't. It's not 1 inch of me that feels like I can do the opposite.
Okay.
Yeah.
No matter how many people that I got that I'm close to, that I got loved ones, like I feel like once I do it, it's gonna become too much for people.
But you know what?
Like, no matter if it's something big or something small, I just feel like with my personality, my energy, my
we go too deep automatically.
And I just feel like people just be like, I just can't take this. So automatically, I just hold the fuck back. I don't say shit. I hold everything myself.
I'm good at doing this, right?
I've been doing it my whole life.
No, I give great advice, but I don't.
But I'll never take it. I say that all the time. I just said that the other day. I give the best advice and never take it.
It's probably somebody that you like. Just like Ana just said, it's probably somebody that you could go to that you don't even realize you could go to. Now.
And it's crazy because I had that person. Damn it, now I'm getting emotional.
There you go. Let it out.
Yeah, it's okay.
What Shrek say? Better out than that.
Listen, because I know how much she loved her grandmother too. It's all right. I know it.
That was my person too, though. Like, that was my person.
And it's crazy because I feel like my grandma definitely was that person. Right? When I had another person after that, and me and that person are no longer close, and they're not dead, but it feels like that.
That happened too. I mean, go ahead, talk about it. This mental health.
No,
that's what we.
No,
you ain't gotta go. You don't gotta go into the situation. I'm just saying.
No, it's just really. It's nothing really to talk about. It's just like when you know how they say people come into your life for a reason, and then people come for a season or whatever.
Yeah, for a reason or a season.
I just think like I may have wrongly assessed that situation where I felt like it may have been supposed to have been for a life or longer than what I expected it to.
Yeah.
And then for it to just kind of like cut off, and then the way that it did, it was just like, damn.
See?
I had to actually say to myself out loud, because I'm a person that always say, my feelings don't get hurt easily. They really, like, they did don't.
And even when they do, I gotta take a step back.
They take a lot. And I had to say out loud, that shit hurt my fucking feelings.
Yeah.
And I got mad because this shit hurt my fucking feelings. Like I said, with someone crying. I hate fucking crying. I'm mad that I'm crying now, but I'm mad because that shit hurt my feelings. Now I want to fight.
Because initially, when I react to something, it's like that for me too. But it's like, is it hurting my feelings, or am I reacting emotionally because that's what's right? That's what's right in front of me.
That's what's right now. It might not be what's right, but that's what's right now.
If I'm being emotional, or am I really feeling this way because that's how I really feel and that's how it really affects me.
I considered that at first, and after the fact, when I got in my feelings about it, a period of time afterwards, it was just like, no, I wasn't in my feelings. Like, that shit really hurt my fucking feelings. Like,
but see, you know what?
Over dramatic.
That's probably not the first, the second, or third time that happened, and that's probably what plays the part in us not feeling like we can go to anybody.
Absolutely.
I mean, I say that for the audience because that's
real shit.
Yeah, like that's probably what everybody goes through. I done been let down.
Right now is a total. That's what
because y'all know we some Built Ford tough bitch.
I would have never.
I pull that shit out, man. This big cuz right
here. Never. Actually, I need you to do me a favor. Can you fill this up, please? Not fill it up, but just give me a little shot because I don't drink that shit like that. I need a little shot.
You can interject kindly.
That's it.
We have a voice coming from behind the speaker on behalf of my cousin. This is one of his closest people.
That's Swish.
This is Swish.
That's Swish.
What's up, Swish? What you got to say, Swish, from behind the camera?
I wish you would have brought us a net.
Speak loudly.
I feel as though if you have that feeling already inside, that's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was bottled up for a reason. So you got to give it out and bring it out from the rip. So you shouldn't feel wrong for having like how you say you feel wrong for crying.
No, I don't feel wrong.
I mean, like you want to.
I just don't like it.
Like you don't like it? No. That feeling was there because it's been there, and it was that opportunity for you to get it out. And the reason that you're fighting it, or you want to fight somebody because you're fighting it.
It ain't meet your expectations.
You need to let it go and let it be.
Yeah, I did say it ain't meet my expectation. Yeah, and I know what it was. And again, as a social worker, I'm able to very well process the situation like I'm from the outside, even though it's my situation. Like I often step outside of myself and look at myself and my situation.
Absolutely.
And I gotta be like, okay, because I always gotta figure like, Chrissy, was you just drawing? Or like, did you really have some validation?
Was it me? Was it them? Was it the situation?
Right. I always go through that whole. I literally debrief with myself. Yeah, I debrief with myself all the time, especially after a negative situation or a situation that may have went left or
audience.
unexpected.
That's a good practice to take too.
Absolutely.
You gotta analyze the situation before you react emotionally.
Absolutely.
It helps you deal with and helps you gain closure of a situation also.
We just got real deep real fast.
We did.
Shots real fast.
Also, I want to ask a question. So the next question is like, how are we creating outlets for Black men to share their feelings? Are you creating space with your friends for? Oh, wait, hold on. I need him to fill up my shit too. The blue bag is where mine is at.
That was a
little sick.
I had to swallow because it was all right in my mouth.
We want to make sure that ultimately.
That's what the did.
What we're doing is reflecting, what we want to see in the future. So as far as like how many health goals, when, more than that. Sorry, that's a little baby step.
That one was a loss.
Go. Stop.
Swish.
Thank you. So, when it comes to mental health, we want to make sure that we are allowing people to have the space to talk about what's going on. So definitely. How are we creating a space for men to be able to speak truthfully about what's going on? Because I just posted something last night and it really spoke to what men go through. So this woman, I really want to play this out loud because I want people to hear this. Okay. I'm going to go on my story and I'm going to let this play and we're going to be quiet while this plays so people can hear exactly what I mean about the story, because it's really essential to what I feel like women need to be more attentive to this kind of shit.
What kind of freak ass shit?
Chill, Amazon got me covered.
I ain't gonna even lie, it does look like a dildo.
How many Aquapod?
Mind your fucking business, cuz.
There is definitely a sex toy that looks like that. But it is fly though because it gets you from all angles.
But it only works on this kind of tabletop though. It's really selective about the tabletop. That's all. That's the only thing that irks me about it.
Plexiglass kind of.
Yeah, wood is not giving you no action.
It's not giving.
Even with a glaze, that shit like halfway like, nigga, I'm tired. Toys, that shit like, all right, I'm gonna need a little Henny this morning. I'm gonna need a little, start off with coffee, give me some Henny in the breakfast sandwich and I'll be straight. Okay?
Yo, you said start off with coffee. You said Henny, I totally thought you was gonna say something else, so I'm gonna just shut up. Can we
okay. All right, so we're going to go to the post that I made the other day, and it's like she's really talking about some important shit that I think that everyone needs to hear. Right. So hopefully this. Oh wait, let me turn this up. So hopefully this woman gives us a perspective. So let me start this over. Sorry.
For the bathroom, we got time, right?
No. Listen.
You just knock on the balls and go to the bathroom.
It's trying to play, but now it's fucking pausing.
I could have been back by that.
All right. Oh my God. Now it's fucking pausing because of y'all. I swear.
No, bitch, we're recording. You cannot get up and go to the bathroom.
You guys are at this huge disadvantage because it's like you've created an expectation that women have of men. I'm guilty of it.
Oh my God. Now it's going. It's the service.
Marcus, can we send you the clip and you can insert it?
You got You guys.
I knew he was going to say that. Marcus, thank you for sassing me, Marcus. He's like, y'all bitches knew.
You can pause 90 seconds.
I would look at my husband like, he's got it all together. He's got it all.
Basically, what she's saying in the clip is that after marrying her husband, she figured out that, like, after talking to him, she figured out, like, before they got super vulnerable. And he started being like more transparent about how he felt and being open about his feelings. She's like, I thought that he was this man that had it all figured out, had it all together. I'm just like, you're emotional. You feel sad about things. You feel shit. You fucking cry. Oh my God. You're a human.
Right.
And she's like, women are so unfair when it comes to shit like this. And that's the reason why certain men fall under pressure is because they don't have that space from the time that they come on the scene.
When it comes to females, every man feels under pressure.
Okay.
It don't matter whether it's
what it's
girlfriend,
about.
your wife, shorty that you're talking to, side
and it
chick,
doesn't matter the topic, correct?
Mom, aunt, sister, and it doesn't matter the topic at
That's
all.
what I figured.
It doesn't matter the topic at all. It's not women who do that. It's society that does that. I mean, it's the same thing, vice versa. Not every man feels the same way, just like not every woman feels the same way. But men put women on a pedestal. Like, we can go as vulgar as we want. Women can charge for sex. You got a couple male gigolos that run around in the world, but women can charge for sex. Women can charge. You got ex porn stars charging $100 to take a picture with her. She don't look nothing like she used to look. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But like, you charging to take a picture. I wish I could go stand on the corner and be like, give me $100 to take a picture.
Listen, I don't stay my little ass on the corner right now.
I have a suitcase with a whole change of clothes.
Come on, we going on the road.
We about to listen, man. We about to make this shit happen.
We taking this on the road
Chicago,
again.
Atlanta, Carolinas, and everywhere. We about to make this shit happen. Like, come on.
Take me to my hometown in Chicago, baby. You know I'm gonna go step foot. Big stepper, okay?
So when it comes to, I'm hollering. So we know that essentially the first time you became a dad, you were the dad of a girl. And the second time when your little baby came around, it was a little boy. So do you think that your parenting approach has changed significantly since the arrival of baby T?
I think that we could pause for 2.5 minutes so that I can go drain the main vein.
Oh!
I'm about to hurt myself sitting here, yo.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
Pause this.
Pause.
How does your journey with mental health affect your... We already talked about your relationship with your son.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's where we left off at. You asked me something about having my daughter first and having my son.
Yeah, I said, being so you were a girl dad first, and now you're a boy dad, because that's how society likes to break it down. Because I feel like parents across the board have a unique experience. Not saying that things aren't like totally like universal as far as like different shit, but like when you're parenting a girl.
False product placement. I ain't turning that around until they cut us a check.
And that's one again. You did right. You didn't have to say nothing.
But like, I feel like things differ when you go from being solely a girl of a dad to a girl of a boy too. Mm-hmm. Because you got to approach both situations differently. So how has that, like, what is your experience with that as a dad? Because I like to dive a lot into fatherhood because I think it's very important, especially from a black man's perspective, because you guys have so many different things going around in society.
It's hard to identify that yet because my son 1 and my daughter 3.
Got you.
So it's going to be when they get older.
Okay.
I got certain things that I want to do, but like I said, I'm over analytical, so I kind of already have a mind that things may go different than how I want them to go.
Okay.
But like, we can go with my living situation. I'm in the process of looking for a house now, and the house that I'm looking for is going to be one of two things. I'm either going to move into this house for the next 2 years, and then I'm going to move into my dream house, and there's going to be an investment property, or I'm walking into the house that I'm going to be in for the next 15 to 20 years.
Absolutely.
It's one of those two things. And my reasons have changed because of, I'm a child dad. I ain't no girl dad. I ain't no boy dad.
There you go.
I love them both equally, but I love them differently. But that's the same thing with, once again, we go moms, daughters, cousins, sisters, brothers. Like, I love everybody differently, but it's an equal love that I got for everybody in my family. So everything that I'm doing is for them. Mm-hmm. I see now my daughter 3 years old, like she like singing, she like dancing, she like entertaining. She a little shy, but once she break that shell, like she knows
she good.
Yeah, she's no shyer than any other child. Mm-hmm. And it only takes her a little minute till her song come on and she like, oh daddy, I want to dance. Like,
period.
I love when you dance with me, daddy. Like, and that's my dog. But on the other side of things, like, I'm not playing in these streets with my kids. Like, my daughter going to have a BB gun when she's 5-6 years old, and
it's the BB for me.
I mean, by the time she 8 or 9,
just take her hunting in a state that is legal in.
That's way ahead of you.
Yeah, or take her
It's
to
the-
the range
kids
when
can
she
learn
gets
how
at the
to-
age.
No,
Take her
see,
to the range.
no, see,
You can take them at a certain age.
The BB gun is to teach her the discipline behind it. Like
I get that.
I did karate, I boxed,
Yep.
I played damn near every sport, so I know that discipline plays a big part.
Absolutely, yes, it does.
But my thing with my kids is I don't want you to fear this weapon.
Right.
Just respect it.
Yeah.
And
like,
use it to your advantage.
I got guns all over my house.
Properly.
You should, though.
Now, I mean, I got them locked and I got the clips away. But my everyday gun, like my daughter see me take that off my hip when I come in the house. I put it on top of the shelf and Dad, you got a gun? Why? It's for protection.
Absolutely.
It's not for nothing else. I don't go out here looking for trouble and I treat this like I treat a motorcycle. I'm not gonna go out here and go 80 miles per hour down the city block in a motorcycle. I'm gonna respect this machine. Like you're gonna respect this weapon.
Respect
That's what it is.
the
It's
machine.
a weapon. It's a defense.
Thank you.
It's to protect you. It's not for you to go out here and rob nobody. It's not for you to shoot somebody that look at you the wrong way. Like I'll throw my hands up with my gun on my hip.
I say that all the time. Like we're in a world today where everybody is so hell bent on being licensed to carry that nobody is willing to throw hands anymore. All that everybody wants to do is pull a fucking trigger first over nothing.
And it's a different day and age. When we was coming up, like it was. Even with me, like my guys.
And we had guns in our day and age when we was younger.
I had plenty of guns.
But niggas was still full all the time.
Not even that. My guys, it was maybe 2, 3 at the most that had the gun. And
right.
Like
it
the
wasn't
rest
everybody.
of us was around. These kids, everybody got a gun. Half of them, 3/4 of them
Did
don't
you see
know how
that
to use
Philadelphia
it.
School District is about to start doing midday sweeps in elementary and middle school?
They have to though.
For weapons.
And I gotta be honest, they have to because although it wasn't it was only few far and in between even when we was in middle school. Because unfortunately, I knew some of the ones that had them, and I was participating in the shenanigans.
Yeah, you know.
But
take this in school.
Shut up, bitch. Shut the fuck up. You glad it's over? But that they have to. I feel like that's necessary because they're getting younger and younger. They going to elementary school with these motherfuckers on strap. They in 5th grade feeling like they motherfucking lives is in danger.
They think they Pablo Escobar in 5th grade.
You hit it on the nose. That's the difference. That's the difference now.
What's the difference?
When we went to school, it wasn't like everybody's life wasn't in danger.
It was only depending on what you was getting into.
What you was into put your life in danger, so you had to be able to protect yourself.
Because I knew girls who did nothing that I was doing. I was a smart chick, but I was a good cover. Listen, I was the original good cover. Smart girl doing everything she was. She cool with all the shit. I was the perfect fucking chick to do the wrong shit because nobody fucking figured I was doing shit.
Me too.
Nobody knew
Me too.
But chicks who wasn't doing what I was doing didn't have nothing to watch their back over, and that's what he's saying now. Today, even if you not doing shit, you gotta fucking watch your back like you in your streets because everybody on some shit.
Back to me trying to move. I'm moving out of the city. I can deal with once every 6 years somebody come in this school with a gun and try and do a mass shooting. Like I said, my kids is going to know how to respect a weapon. My kids is going to know how to react. Like
work it and use it to their advantage and know when to use it.
Not even that. You don't even got to have a weapon. I work in an apartment complex. Like I do trainings on first responder or shooter incidents. Active shooter incidents. Like I do.
Yes.
You think I'm not going to take that home to my kids? Like
you should.
Every day. Every moment of every day should be a learning experience. You
gotta be an FBI agent as a fucking regular citizen now. You gotta learn de-escalation tactics to fucking talk down a goddamn terrorist.
Because if you in traffic
and a gunman,
somebody might want to shoot you.
Because the person who cut you off in traffic is a terrorist at that point. Like,
that's real
because
shit.
you gotta worry about how mad they're gonna get because you didn't use your horn or you didn't see him, and it could really be, yo, my fault, I ain't see you. So what, dickhead? Get the fuck on my way.
Yeah.
Now you gonna push me to the point to be like you. Like I said, the devil always gonna work. I don't mean to get religious.
That nigga
all,
work overtime.
The devil always gonna work.
Y'all think
it don't matter what religion you in. There's always it's a devil. It's a devil associated. It don't matter what religion you in. So
Diablo, devil, Damien, any of them niggas.
Lucifer, whatever you want to call them. Okay, thank you.
He working just as hard.
As you working out here, 9 to 5 all the time.
He's working harder than you. He's working just as hard as his enemy. He's working just as hard as who we worship.
Let's be clear, he working on multiple of us at the same damn time.
How do you think that he was able to get kicked out of where he was and have his own kingdom now? He's smart.
He's
powerful. He has some sort of he has some sort of influence.
Come on, like I said, it's
period.
We can relate that to the real world. We don't have to go into religion at all. Yep. We can relate it to the real world. But
music is influence by itself.
Period.
That should stop the conversation.
Society is influence. Social media is influence.
Like influencers are influence. Listen. That word influencer was not let alone, it wasn't its own thing.
At all.
It was not, let alone a career, let alone social a path for people to even be able to make any type of monetary revenue. Mm-hmm. Let alone it be residual.
Let's take it back to history. Do you know who the influencers were? Martin Luther King.
Those kinds of people.
Newton. Like, absolutely. Those were influencers. Now it's going to be hard for anybody.
Our influences are in our history books.
It's hard for anybody to take that type of role in this day and age.
To be taken seriously.
Because of social media.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like I'm
really scared on what the history books are going to look like 20 years from now.
I'm as positive 40 years as from I now. Can be in
60
my life.
Years from now.
Think about when they talk about the riots, y'all. When they talk about all of that shit. And how it's going to affect our children's mental health.
Think about when they talk about COVID.
Yeah.
Yo. 50 years from now, that shit going to be wild as fuck.
This is our generation. We went through a plague.
This is our shit.
A lot of
this is our shit.
COVID. Like,
and if you want to get any type of insight as far regarding where people were in the times that we're in, think about the bubonic plague and shit like that. But with social media, with more access to other folks at the tip of a button, on top of the fact that all the people who were employing people had to fucking move in a fashion to allow people to be able to
all
still
of life changed.
Exactly. To work get these companies and get these plans rolled out and still service
work from
people.
Home.
Absolutely.
Right. Work from home.
And now trying to push everybody back
and
into
then
it
they say
and wonder why people going to rebel because you've been fucking working from home for 2 years.
There you go.
Unemployment.
There it is. We don't win some.
Wonder why everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. Okay? Because we've been working virtually and mobily for the past 2 years. Thank you.
That's why it's going to be hard for anybody to take over. We can go right back.
The next 5 years are detrimental.
What are we doing for black men? As an outlet for mental health. It's hard for anybody to do anything about that. Mm-hmm. It ain't impossible. I don't mean that at all. It's hard because Martin Luther King, Huey P. Newton, Malcolm X, they had to travel from Alabama to Atlanta.
They was in the trenches.
To Chicago, to California, to Detroit, to Philadelphia, to New York. They had to go and sit with people like we sitting right now.
Now the trenches is inboxes, messages.
Wait, it's worse than that. It's worse than that, right?
Yeah,
it's worse than that. They don't have meetings.
No real conversations. Meetings of the minds. Come on,
they don't have that no more because now what it is before I go and travel to Atlanta or Alabama or New York, I'm just gonna post this and see how the world take it.
Yep.
And then soon as you post it, you don't have that first 2 or 3 people to tell you, you know what, that sounds stupid. That might not be
a smart idea.
Yeah, you know what, that sounds stupid. It's a good idea, but it sounds stupid the way you delivering it. Okay. Where I'm from, they're not going to accept that the way that where you're from is going to accept it. Mm-hmm. But now we got Instagram, we got Twitter, we got Facebook, we got cut us a check. But we got
all that.
We got all of that to where they like, I'm going to put this out now. Fuck would anybody think about it. But then as soon as somebody comes in there like, oh, you sound like a dickhead. Then they got 40,000 other people like, yo, this boy sound like a dickhead. What's wrong with this boy?
This is like, yeah, this shit changed.
The 20,000 that agree with you don't matter because 15,000 of them
everything
is like
about pros and cons.
15,000 of them is like, man, ain't nobody else agreeing with him. I ain't even gonna open my mouth.
Open my mouth. Yep.
They got the attitude that we got. I ain't got nobody that I can go to and talk to. I ain't got nobody that I can depend on. So I ain't fucking with it. Like mental health month, like mental health awareness month. I ain't know shit about that in high school.
No, we definitely did talk about that shit. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Come on.
None of us did.
As a preparing social worker in college, like you said, I still didn't know about it.
What is it? Man Crush Monday, Women Crush Wednesday, National Siblings Day. Like all of this shit, I ain't know shit about none of this.
None of us did. None of us
well,
did.
Man Crush Monday and WCW we made up, but like National Siblings Day and all the, like the national days, all of the it already existed. It didn't just come out like yesterday.
It's just more
prevalent.
More
people
prevalent
are taking more time to pay attention to it.
We knew that February was Black History Month.
And
the shortest month of the year. Yes.
We barely paid attention to President's Day in February. Mm-hmm. Only our parents knew that because of the little sales that they got on furniture every year.
Boscovs.
Take them back. But no, it was.
But yeah, no bullshit. And especially for men, you want to know how it makes sense for men to be able to share things when it comes to their mental health. For me personally, just listening to them and being truthful and being honest and being open, because I really feel like men need that.
They do.
From the time that they are conceived to the time that they are socialized. When they are coming up, it is do not cry. It is do not pout. It is do not show any type of reaction or emotion to anything that takes you outside of yourself, because you will be seen as weak. Just let me finish my statement.
As a man,
I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Let me build up. Because this post that I just tried to let y'all listen to said everything that I was feeling, and it embodied that in such a way that I could not ignore it, that I had to repost it because it stirred my spirit up so hard. Because it was like, you're having these humans who are only just the opposite sex. Yes, they are different in ways that are biological, anatomical, and mental, and emotional, but they are still human. So while we are here talking about these human experiences that they have, why do we not allow them the space to express that, to relish in that, to let people be allowed to experience them in the rawness and to be able to relate to them without feeling judged? Mm-hmm. Why are men held to a standard where they feel like they cannot speak out? This is the reason why we have niggas snapping on people. Mm-hmm. This is the reason why we have men feeling like they don't have no fucking body when they really got a village. And it's not that they cannot tap into that. It's that they feel like they cannot even just open up.
And a lot of the things as women that we complain about men is because they don't feel like they have that outlet. Mm-hmm.
So when you're dealing with a woman, females, I challenge you not only to let them know how you are feeling, but I challenge you to allow yourself to open up to being, Tell me how you feel about me. Tell me how you feel about what you're going through. Tell me how you feel about the future. If you're scared, let me know, because baby, I'm with you.
Right.
We scared
together. Bitches don't even ask niggas how their day was. So you really gotta go deep into allowing them you can't just dump it all on them. Allow them to dump it on you or be open with you like she said.
Yep.
Like, you don't even ask these motherfuckers how their day was. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
How you know if they went through some shit or if they almost fucking died in the last 24 hours if you don't ask?
Yep.
And a lot of the things that we want to hear from men, they're not going to open up about unless we ask.
Exactly.
And I mean...
Pride.
Exactly.
Pride.
But
if
you're comfortable with that woman and you're willing to be open with her, if you're in an intimate relationship with her, whether it's a relationship or not, exactly, I'm quite sure y'all wouldn't have an issue with being open about it if she asked. Y'all wouldn't have an issue with being open.
Right.
I mean, and it's crazy because ironically, of course, you guys only can see 3 of us, but there are multiple of us in the room. And I just want to know, because me and Ana are the only 2 females in the room actually right now.
Yeah.
So I just want to know individually from each man in this room, is this a platform, or are we 2 individual women that you guys feel like that you are able to be open with? Because I feel like if the answer, or think differently about, because I feel like if the answer is yes, then I do feel like that we are the right platform for men. I feel like as women, as Black women, as clinical social workers, because we're able to do assessments from multiple perspectives and multiple point of views.
From personal
and professional point of view. If that is so, then I feel like I would take the challenge to be more diligent about making sure that this platform is openly accepted and, kind of diverting that attention to make sure that you guys, towards men, and making sure that you guys feel like you're in a space. This is a safe space, as Justin would say.
Like, we're going to ride for our bitches all day. Don't get it
because
up.
we're a woman first. But at the end of the day,
care about Black men,
men have that's a niche that needs to be fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And if I feel like I'm a person or we're individuals or this is a platform that can create that window of opportunity.
And own it.
And own it all the way, then I absolutely will.
Y'all real niggas to me.
I call myself a real nigga every day.
Yeah, I'm biased though. Y'all my cousins. Yeah, y'all real.
I call myself a real nigga every day.
Every day, yeah.
I got the same relationship with both of y'all. Done seen me bid on everybody I came across. Like,
I'm sorry, Spider-Man was my favorite Joe Venom. I'm sorry. Yo, that's my man till this day.
He probably one of the reasons why my big game is so well as a female.
Shout out Rayon Killer.
That ass. Because niggas did not play. I really would like to know, like, what do you guys feel like the things that we just discussed, like from a male perspective? I don't care which one of you guys go first.
This is from behind the camera.
Yeah, behind the camera,
the
guys. So we got two cameramen today.
So we want to hear that. Behind the cam, and what's his name?
They gonna hear it.
Swish. We got Smarcus and Swish.
Come on, SS. Come on, double S.
They both some real ass niggas, and we want to know how they feel. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, all right. Y'all can get audio without me.
Bye.
I don't even want they check no more.
Bye.
It's okay, cuz we understand.
They hurt me.
So how you feel?
I think this platform definitely be like some translators or mediators to the situation. Men definitely need that because our voices ain't heard like you guys are expressing. Yeah, I think y'all definitely doing a good job.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Be a platform for men to feel accepted and for women to kind of accept what's being said because when men says it's a defense mechanism.
Yes.
And when it's coming from a female's point of view, it's like, all right, check myself. So yeah.
Okay.
I think it's good.
Although I do, and I like your analogy. I do. What do you think, Smarcus? Because he loves Smarcus because he's smart.
He's smart.
Because we call him Smarcus because he Marcus and he's smart.
I think throughout time, we as human beings stop looking at emotions and everything through gender as like a thing that can be easily talked about everywhere. Like nowadays, I feel like it's been filtered and it's been like it's not like the general discussion nowadays.
Yeah.
When we touch on stuff like that, we kind of get a little iffy, like feeling uncomfortable talking about this or about how people are feeling.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think the fact that it's like a touchy subject needs to be normalized that it shouldn't be a touchy subject. Just, because it's just how we feel. It's just another form of expression.
Right.
Absolutely.
But everyone writes it out to be like, no, you a man. You're supposed to be hard body. You can't eat bananas that way because you're a man. And
you gotta break them shit in pieces.
Like,
you can't bite a banana because you a nigga.
Right.
Yeah,
like,
what? It's so strange.
Like you can't eat a lollipop.
He fucked these joints up without.
Period.
Like, he ate with his hands,
and I think part of that is just accountability and personal judgment from the individual that's casting that.
Yes.
Like a lot of people have more judgment than they think that they have. And it's like, first of all, the first thing that you need to check is, like Switch was saying, check yourself and who the fuck are you? And do you even have that credential to be casting that fucking judgment on the person that you're judging on? Because my thing about it is if you're looking at me, is like, say for example, is if I'm a chef and you're looking at me and you're rating and critiquing my video about what I'm making. Well, bitch, if you're not a chef or a top iron chef, what the fuck do you have to say even matter? You can give your opinion, but your shit is not word is bond. It's not set in stone. So I think a lot of that as an individual, as a whole, individuals need to take the accountability of what they're saying to individuals as well as their perspectives, because everything is not needed. Just like how we talked about a few episodes ago when we talked about, everybody doesn't deserve the right to sit in front of a microphone and just say whatever the fuck they want to say. Although everybody has an opinion. An opinion is like an asshole. Everybody has one. But that opinion does not deserve necessarily to be put on a platform and be able to, like I said, shot down or shine a light on others to be just throwing critiques around the fucking room. Like, absolutely not. So I appreciate the feedback from you guys, and I appreciate you guys letting us know that we are on the right path and on the right track to being able to, make this platform more open, especially for it to be comfortable for men. Because one thing that we've definitely noticed, behind the scenes ourselves is most of our audience is actually men. So we want to make sure that we're, you know, we're catering to you guys. Yeah, more than half of our audience is men.
You look in the mirror, don't you?
So
I
said that was probably the thing, but that's the issue. But and not to be on no cocky shit, but we don't want to just think that that's the automatic thing. Oh, y'all women, so men are gonna watch you guys.
I don't think I'm the baddest bitch in the land, but I do at the same time. So it's just like, okay.
I'm about to say because I feel like I'm up there.
Your audience is mainly men because one, y'all attractive, right? So that's the.
Well, thank you.
That's the first thing they're gonna draw to.
Absolutely.
And then once you start tugging on some strings that they want to hear, they stuck in. So you know. You go from I just want to see some bad Jones to we put
and she got a mind on her too.
You go from 10 minutes to an hour.
From
one
real quickly.
Subscribing.
Yeah,
I feel you. But a lot of niggas say that too. That's the crazy part.
That's why I want to know.
At the same time, though, you know, like females, you know how you guys go. Like, nobody really want to hear all of that.
Nagging.
Are you really defending him? Like I don't go through this and that.
Yeah. So, but it's just like, sis, let's talk.
It's kind of just like
that's just something that's in them that they have to get better. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
It's a thing of just like everybody thinks when these conversations unveil on like podcasts, and I'll be looking at the comments, and everyone wants to be on the side, but what if there's no sides? What if we're just trying to figure things out?
And
that's all it's about. That's life. Life is about figuring things out.
That's where we are. We're trying to figure out what's the happy medium, because we already know there's a deficit with men having their voice heard when it comes to mental health. They aren't really like on the forefront of that. It's really more so women advocating for everyone else.
Yeah,
so what about the black man? What does he have to say? How does he handle this? And how is he making space for other men to have that same liberty? Yeah. We want to know. Because as black women, when it comes to shit that happens between us, we'll have a round table in a minute. I'm playing with my friends. Bitches, I need you. Sit the fuck down. I don't give a fuck if you gotta get 8 glasses of wine, bitch. Come on, let's fuck up the steak store. Let's get some whiskey, some wine, and let's talk about it.
Now, what men do, we go call our homies, we go out to drink, and that's all we do.
That's it. They don't talk.
It ain't no talk. We go to the bar, or
well,
even if we sit down with each other, like that's what it be. We just politic. It don't never get talked about. Like men. I can't speak for every man, but a lot of men kind of just sweep shit under the rug until that shit become a mountain that's too high for us to climb.
It's a molehill at first, and then it becomes a mountain. That's what I like to call it.
But it's just a sandwich of everything between females being strong and being more mature. So the fact that you say, you know what, we're going to talk about this now. You're going to do that with the females that's like-minded with you. And if they weren't like-minded, they wouldn't be.
You wouldn't even be included.
They have that situation. But men, at the same thing, this is where the peanut butter and jelly mix. It's like, I can't really talk, because if I talk, I'm going to be a bitch when I'm talking to my wife, my
homies.
Or my homie. So I really can't really be betrayed at certain, but I want to say it, but I can't. So yeah, it's a big.
You hit it. That might be the core of it. Men, personally, I'm afraid of betrayal. I don't want to share something with you that ends up getting told to her, and then whoever else they know that might not even know me until 3 years down the line, and I meet them because I'm doing a job at their house. Like, that's a fear that I probably didn't realize until just now in that conversation.
But you gotta let it go. You wanna know why? Because so many people can learn from what the fuck you are
through.
Going through. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Before you even realize it.
It's easy to say.
Wait. It is easy to say, but at the same time, it's your life, so you're gonna live it the way you want it, whether the motherfuckers approve or not. And that's the beauty of it.
Facts.
So what you gotta take from that is what the fuck applies to you as an individual.
Right.
You can't say wholeheartedly, oh, I'm just gonna go by this because that's what the fuck he said. No. What is good for you and what you want?
Right.
What is good for you and what you feel like is going to be conducive to what your end goal is?
Because your fear comes from the fear of being embarrassed, and realistically, you don't really got nothing to be embarrassed about, because the average person or most people have been through the same, or if not worse than what you've been through.
Not even so much embarrassed.
Can I say something?
Let down. Like
it's all of that. All of that.
So many. Go ahead.
No, I'm not trying to cut you off, but can I say something? Because we had a parenting episode. And it was such a beautiful thing. It was one of the longest episodes we've ever had. It was almost 2 hours long, but it was so brilliant, so great. And I just felt like people took the time to really think about what parenthood meant to them in that moment.
Yeah, see, I should have had me here for that. Man.
It's not even that. We had a black man and a black mom. You know, we had my sister on. We had one of my closest friends from college on because he takes parenthood seriously.
Right.
And we talked about all of that, and it's just like, yo, you never found out what a person really holds, you know, to them. Yeah. Until they really start to speak, until you really start to dig into shit that really matters. So as a man, how can we help you is what we are essentially asking. Yep. Honestly and truly, fuck any side comments or anything anybody else got to say. Yeah. We want to know because this is something that we talk about often. This is something that men really deal with. And it's not that women don't have the space to speak because they really do, but men often get like, it's just like
you gotta be intentional though when you're talking to men.
Now,
men are the kind of people that you can't just be
that's
like,
that's what I was about to say.
I didn't know you was talking to me. No, you gotta be intentional, and that's why we sit here and ask men. Black men specifically, but men across the board in general, we want to know what it is, how you feel, because if we're not saying it to men, they're just going to think we're generally talking to everybody.
Right.
You have to say men. We got to say you. We're talking how you
This is Black Men Matter, not Blue Lives Matter or nothing else. Yeah, this is Black Men Matter.
It's definitely Black Men Matter, and that's what you have to say. Black men, we're talking to you. What is it that you need from us as Black women, period, across the board? I don't give a damn what it's about. And that's why we're holding ourselves accountable so that we can open up a platform and a space for you guys to feel safe and come to us so you guys don't feel like, okay, we don't have this nowhere.
When I go in there, they gonna ban
you have it here.
No, you know what I think it is? I think the deeper question is, Black men, what do you need from yourselves?
Yeah.
To be able to,
your community.
Yeah, to be able to
Come on,
to be able to rely on your community and your women.
I dreamt about this. Come
because
on.
it's really like I said, I deal with a lot inside.
And that's okay.
And it's a matter of what I need to do with myself.
There you
like
go.
when I spend my 20 minutes in the mirror in the morning, because I spend 20 minutes with myself in the mirror. I identify my flaws.
My fucking me.
Yeah, I let
handsome as shit.
I let that. You feel me?
Period.
You feel me? That's that chocolate shit. You don't know nothing about that. Like,
I can't have no twin. God bless me, because ain't no bitch gonna be good enough.
I was gonna say like the thing about it is that a lot of things, emotions and culture have.
There you go. There you go.
It's beginning to be a tradition.
Talk to him.
Of parents, of the gap of parents coming from where they come from, telling, children not to. If you come from overseas, and if your overseas perspective is different from the perspective when you come over here,
culture.
When you tell your kids the knowledge that you know overseas, but it doesn't have any effect over here,
culture.
It's going to be a disconnect with your child and other people.
Like I said, my building, my apartment complex is on Temple campus, right? That's heavy that you said that. It's international students that we have that don't know how to plunge a toilet. Yeah. Like, don't even know that toilet's flush. They used to having a duvet, or they used to like they used to other things that we don't take. They are a luxury to us, but it don't have nothing to do. Like you said, it don't have nothing to do. That has nothing to do with being black or white. That's
that's life.
Culture. Period. That's Indian, Asian, European.
I was getting to that. It's like, I feel like I can't speak for everyone, but I can speak for a group of people when I say, there may be just this thing of like how Black men maybe have like,
dealt with.
You gotta leave the group. You can't. No one can see you as weak, and it's been ingrained in the culture.
Not even that. To piggyback off of what you said.
Yeah, can I say something as a woman?
Let me
go
get
ahead
this
first.
real quick.
It's the fight for the comment.
Before you even go into that,
my husband going down.
No, look. We get taught, and both of y'all can stop me if I'm wrong.
No.
It goes into be a man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Without a detail in the description of what a man is.
You're right.
They just give you a description.
I've heard that so much.
This is fathers. This is mothers. This is, once again, going back to what we've been talking about. Society. Just saying, be a man. Like, we can go deep into, you can look at Will Smith and Chris Rock. I ain't gonna go too far into it, but you can look at something like that. Will Smith felt like he had to be a
Be a
man.
man.
He had to do that as a man. Because if you see the clip, he was laughing.
He was
but
laughing.
But you look over at his wife was not.
She was not laughing.
And as a man, okay,
I have to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
Him in that moment of having to be a man may have it tarnished his career.
Mm-hmm.
It might have ended it. I don't think so because he's super high on the platform. But yeah, but it tarnished his career. He got his first ever Oscar award, and it's going to be remembered that he smacked somebody on stage.
Right.
They don't nobody care. Samuel L. Jackson won his first Oscar. Samuel L. Jackson got the most movies as a black man, most appearances in movies as a black man in history. Like, he got his first Oscar. Nobody remembers that.
Yeah.
Nobody's
that's cool, but
thinking about that.
Questlove from Philadelphia, a musician, got an award for a documentary that he put together. Nobody's gonna remember that. You're gonna remember Will Smith smacked Chris Rock. And it wouldn't have mattered if it was Chris Rock, if it was Jerry Seinfeld, if it was Adele, the singer. It wouldn't have mattered who it was. He jumped up and did a man's job and then got scrutinized by society for doing that. There's not one person, out of 40,000 comments, you might get one that's like, man, I respect it. He did what he had to do.
Yeah. But like you said earlier, that's a lot of people piggybacking off of that one who just felt too strong.
Exactly.
Like, it's like, as a man, you gotta do that. But
if he would have sat down, nobody would have paid it any mind.
Yeah. And there's also another argument that's just like, well, that wasn't that very professional of him. And those replies to those comments are, he had to do it as a man, but
it's understood that it wasn't professional.
Yeah.
But like you said, they're ignoring the fact that as a black man, he had to stand up and be a man
and
for his wife. And
as a black man, he's also being scrutinized differently than any other kind of man would.
And as a black man, he's being scrutinized more than any other race of man.
Because plenty of other white men have, put their hands on people and have gotten physical altercations over the years, and their careers have not been thrown down the drain for it. But we all know we're all black in here. We have a stronger start. Yeah. We gotta be strong. We gotta take it under the wing.
We gotta take all of that on the chin.
We gotta do all the extra hard work, so we can get up there with everybody else.
We as black men, we're fighting for too much. We're born with the odds stacked against us.
There we go.
As black women also. And we still have to support y'all.
As a minority.
With the odds stacked against y'all. While birthing
and
y'all
still do our jobs.
While being a mother. While being a fucking woman. While going through what we gotta go through.
While waking up and going to work every day. While being a father.
I don't want to minimize, but that's without me minimizing what a black man gotta do.
Exactly.
Please bring it back to the bottom of the map like fucking Dwayne Carter said.
It all comes down to only, and I'm only sure of minds. It's all about understanding. If a female can understand that this man has, whether he's sitting at a cubicle or he was out in the sun all day, he is working. He's working for his family. He's working for you. You have to understand that he can't speak regardless of how much you rub his back, how much you cook the best food for him. It's going to take a while for him to open up because it is embedded for him to be a man. And the definition to be a man is to
deal with
chuck it up.
Deal with it.
You get what I'm saying? So, but once you understand that, like, it's gonna take a while, and understand that what he's going through, he's not trying to be vindictive to you or harmful to you. It's just like you gotta sit back and let him give it out. Understand that when it's your turn, you're gonna get it right back. So this is how that y'all guys can like bring it all together. Just let you know, like, we're here for you.
Right.
No matter what you say or how you express it, we're here for you. This is the time for you to do it. And just understand that, you guys are gonna have to, females gonna have their thing too to say. But basically,
this is a platform of real niggas for real niggas.
Respect it.
You feel me?
Then we might have to copyright that.
Go for it. Go for it, man. That's what I'm here for.
I might need that. I like that. Say what, say hi. I like that. Yes, I like that. Bro, niggas. And to be, that was a bomb ass way to close this fucking episode. Like that all that shit.
It was my pleasure.
Y'all done had a real bitch crying.
Y'all done had cries. Y'all done had
laughs.
Y'all done had real bitch laughing.
The fact that I cried before you did. bitch.
Well, that's a given because you cry more than me. That's a given. You cry more than me naturally. Not naturally, but you know.
But he really brought out a side of us that just was like, yo, you have to dig deep into yourself and figure out really what men are really dealing with. I don't ever want to fall short. Let me tell you something. I care about the person I'm dealing with. I care about men in general because I have a brother. And I am the oldest of 5 children. My brother is the youngest. And all of us, all the 4 children before him are women. He is the youngest man. And he is the youngest. So in 2022, I think that means a lot for a man. When you have 4 siblings who are female, who are bitches who are not the average. I can say that. Especially when it comes to me.
One of them.
When it comes to me, I'm not average. So he probably be looking at me like, oh my God, that is my sister. I love her to death, but
that's
she's
just
not
what my
like
brother
no
say about me.
Bitch. Exactly.
And I feel like I'm the opposite of you, because being the oldest of
Your
only
brothers. They know you're not no nut ass bitch, but they still look at us.
But that's why
we don't operate.
No, definitely
we don't operate
different.
in no nut ass way.
But in the opposite of what you're saying, also too, of that's something. That's why we're here to protect men, because as the oldest of 2 brothers, I've always been here for protecting men.
Right.
Always, because I'm like, it's nothing but 2 boys under me. I'm the only girl. I felt like I had to teach them how to fight. I felt like I had to have that happy medium of estrogen and testosterone because they couldn't see me be no bitch because it was only me and my mom in front of them. So it's like, as 2 boys, they were going to be super close because they were closer in age. I had to make sure that I shown them again enough testosterone or enough tough love to where they didn't feel like they would go out there and be bitches. But still go out there and be heard too.
You that bitch. And here we are, to each his own. Y'all love us because we are who we are. And now was the time to tap the fuck into who we are. And now was the time to tap into the fact that men need space to be able to be who they are.
Yes.
From the rooter to the tutor, like us. So here we are with our cousin, our big cousin at that. And y'all got to see us raw and direct, and we love it.
A little too raw. I don't think I like it.
And I think that we got to talk about a lot of stuff that men don't get to say much about on a daily basis. And I think that men, at the end of this episode, I really want men to take a closer look at their circle. I really want men to take a closer look at what they want.
Take a closer look at yourself.
Take a
closer look at yourself.
As a man. When it comes to your mental health, your relationships with your kids, those outside of your kids and your marriage or whoever you're dealing with, and your family. Be more effective. Don't be afraid to be who you are. There are women out here who are willing to accept you. You just have to find who they are.
And women, don't be so judgmental.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you about those bitches who think you like soft as shit. Those bitches have balls that are made of fucking asphalt. And they should be fucking run over. It's like, no, I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying that.
No, they deserve a spot too. They build our strength.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
saying they deserve they
build resilience, but at the same time, they don't allow you to be who you are.
Right.
Be who you are.
Be well.
I want a man who is who he is. Because in the instance that we need to make a life decision, I don't need to be guessing about what kind of answer you gonna have. I need to know what my man gonna say.
That's right.
Because if he ain't there, I'm a bitch that's, my man gonna say this, and I'm gonna stand in that shit in confidence.
Be open with your woman so that they know what to expect when you tell them.
If you're gonna be the head and she's gonna be the backbone, the communication has to be there.
Communication is key.
It has to be there. Period.
Like,
he cannot stand sturdy and lead if the communication is not there. If y'all don't have an understanding.
Say it.
Period.
Say it.
A conversation not about agreeing or disagreeing. It's about understanding.
Yes.
Getting on the same page.
Said. Yes.
Yep.
Knowing what I got to deal with, letting you know what you got to deal with, so that we can be aware of what's coming up.
There it is.
Make a decision of whether we're going to stay in this, whether we're going to leave this alone, be grown. That's what it's about.
Being grown. Yep.
It's about being grown.
Not about being embarrassed. Yes. Not about being judgmental. Mm-hmm. It's just about being grown. Simple communication is key.
As
period.
That. I just love the point that we've come to in this episode, because it's like, it's not perfect, but it's really a start. And honestly, cuz I would like to have you back on in a couple months to make sure you're having some updates, some good updates and shit like that before the summer is out.
As the kids get
we're gonna be on here.
Y'all can invite me. Y'all can invite me
anytime.
Sexfit beach
Listen, we're gonna.
Yes. And if there's any men or
gonna
anybody, if
shout
the
at
audience
boys,
has
man.
anybody specifically that you guys feel like that we would mesh well with, or you want to, bring some certain energies, out
or a
of
certain type of episode.
that you want us to get into, please send it to you can send it to our DM or you can send it to our email. We are at tehopowerhouse@gmail.com. That is TEHO powerhouse at gmail.com. So send us all of your, your ideas or your suggestions that you have. If you have anything you want to talk about or express yourself, you can send those to there too. We'll look over them and send you any advice or any thoughts that we have on ourselves. So
they like love
wonderful.
too, so y'all can let them know that they're doing a good job. Y'all can let them know that y'all appreciate it.
Well,
it ain't gotta be all business.
Plug yourself and let them know that
plug yourself. Let our listeners know where to find you.
We're also gonna bring him back on. We're just letting you know right now. We're gonna bring him back on. That's just what it is.
Y'all can find me at 11th and Cecil B. Moore. That's what my building is. Every day, 8 to 4:30. Y'all gonna
shout out
catch
to
me
Tim.
He's really good at capturing the city.
Yes.
I will say
big
that.
thanks.
So look forward to some visuals from this man.
My Instagram, PHO_T_GR. No wait.
And we'll plug that into.
It's basically photograph.
Yeah.
Period.
But it's an underscore between O, T, and O.
And T, yeah.
Well, we'll plug it
between O, T, and O.
underscore Ography.
You
yes.
got it.
There you go.
That's real cute.
I
And
know
we're gonna plug it into this episode anyway, so you guys will be able to find him and locate him on Instagram and find him and link up with him as you should, as we do all of our guests.
Too.
So yes, please follow the platform, follow T, follow his personal page, his professional page. You can follow us on To Each His Own 215 podcast on Instagram.
Absolutely.
You can look for us on, YouTube or anywhere that you listen to
Yep.
podcasts on your audio. If we're not there, you can request for us to be there so we can go ahead and send our little link over. And so we can wrap up this episode. If you guys want to send us any ads, so if you have a business, whether it's a small business or a large too, you guys can send us voice ads or written ads so that we can go ahead and plug them in and we can work with you guys in the future.
No
so
energy drinks, so I gotta go to the bathroom.
oh my God. So we can all go to the bathroom. We're gonna wrap this episode up. I'm Miss Lomax.
And I'm Sunken Shock. And this
together
is
Cousin T.
And together we are
To Each His Own. Thank you guys for tuning in. Bye.